So, good evening and a warm welcome to everyone. My name is Divya, and today we are going to talk about a very important thing. We are going to talk about our relationships. Our relationships are the main reason for our happiness. So, and this is what is going to be today's session. So, a warm welcome to everyone. My name is Divya. As I mentioned, Radio Diva is a little initiative that we started during lockdown to vent out our emotions. We wanted to, meet people, know people, and it has gradually transformed into a platform for experts from a variety of fields, but especially mental health. They join us, they share their wisdom and life lessons with us, and they help us be better individuals. So I'll request each one of you to be part of our Happy Go Lucky Growing community. Follow us on Facebook and Insta by the name of Radio Diva, and do subscribe to YouTube or to our YouTube channel by the same name. So now coming to our counselor, our therapist for the day. She wears many caps. She has done her MS in counseling psychotherapy. She has done her MSc in life sciences. She has done her BA. She is a certified happiness coach and Haptitude from Haptitude and Berkeley Method of Wellbeing, California. She is a trained clinical hypnotherapist. She has dedicated almost 15 years of her life to be as an educationist and more than 15 years as a counselor. She is a very good blend of both, coming from two important backgrounds, education and counseling. She has a mission to discover life and celebrate life. So that makes my counselor for, my specialist for tonight very, very special. So a warm welcome to Jyoti ji. Thank you, Jyoti ji, for doing this. I think it's the need of the hour that we all understand that we can't take our relationship for granted. And that's how we are here. So a big welcome to everyone. Yes, Jyoti ji.
Thank you, Divya, for a beautiful introduction. And I'm very happy to be here today. Thank you so much for inviting me.
So much gratitude that you are here. So, without losing out any time, let me go straight in the topic because everyone is here to listen to that. So, before we start, I'll take a minute and I'll mention what I shared with you this morning. So, in my society, I think it's the sixth suicide case that happened last night, and it was because of a difficult relationship. Apparently, I got to know is the couple used to fight a lot, and the man just jumped off the 20th floor building of our society. And I've been feeling very restless from morning. I'm generally, whoever knows me on Radio Diva, they know that I'm very cheerful and happy person. But today, from morning, I have been struggling. Why are relationship becoming so fragile? This man has a 12-year-old daughter, and I am not able to stop myself from thinking about that poor girl who will be scarred for life because of this incident. So why has marriages become so fragile, so easy to, get affected? What do you think, Jyotiman?
Yeah, it is. I mean, every day there is some or the other phone call coming to me for sessions regarding this issue. And it has become so big nowadays that, everybody has their own reasons to, when they go through these situations. Everybody has their own reasons. And the most important reason, the big reason is that we have lot of expectations rather than accepting things. We have expectations. And with that, what happens is there are different repercussions of these kind of things. अगर accept ही नहीं किया किसी को तो फिर कैसे आगे बढ़ेंगे? एक्सपेक्टेशंस इतनी सारी कि दूसरा इंसान समझ ही नहीं पाता कि इतनी एक्सपेक्टेशंस मेरे से रखी हैं, हाउ आर वी गोइंग टू टेक दिस मैरिज फॉरवर्ड, राइट? तो हर इंसान के लिए अलग अलग रीजन है, अलग अलग एक्सपेक्टेशंस हैं. एक्सपेक्टेशन फ्रॉम द फैमिली in which you enter. Expectation, it's not only for the girls, it's for the males also, for the men also. They also have a lot of expectations. So my answer for this is, you have to stop expecting and you have to start accepting. Accept the person the way they are. In a marriage, खाली हम खाली एक्सपेक्ट करके नहीं चल सकते. वी आर नॉट मैरिंग द गर्ल और द बॉय, वी आर मैरिंग देयर फैमिली एज वेल. इट्स अ कंप्लीट पैकेज. पूरी फैमिली साथ में आती है, एंड एवरीबडी विल हैव देयर ओन वे ऑफ थिंकिंग एंड डूइंग थिंग्स. So what we have to do is, we have to understand इसकी एक्सपेक्टेशंस है, इसने मुझे एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया है, so what is required to be done? मैं क्या करूं इसके लिए? How to go about it? You have to understand every person. We have to act accordingly, keeping expectations at the back.
Most of us, I think, we expect everything from our spouse. We want our spouse to be our friend. We want our spouse to be our spouse. We want our spouse, I mean, talking from women's point of view, we want our spouse to be our lover, our best friend, everything, like a combination of everything. And if we talk about men, I think, there's so much of stress these days.
Yes.
And people, they don't share it with their loved ones. Drinking or going for a vacation are not long-term solutions. Talking about it, communicating it, and becoming I think solution oriented is also important. I think that also is a important thing, that be realistic, be
Realistic.
be your true self from day one, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And don't have to hold on to things.
Yes, this is a very important topic.
Yeah.
Yes, Jyoti
We
ji.
just hold on to things. नहीं तो नहीं, नहीं तो नहीं. You have to learn to let go things. You cannot just hold on to them. और hold on करने से क्या होता है? You didn't like something, कोई चीज अच्छी नहीं लगी, वो एक गांठ बन गई.
Yes.
उसके बाद कुछ और हुआ, उसकी भी एक और गांठ बन गई. Then there is another knot. There are number of knots. और इतना भारी हो जाता है वो आपके ऊपर, that then you tell yourself, now it is enough. रादर उसके जो फर्स्ट गांठ पड़ी थी उसी टाइम अगर आपने उसको तोड़ दिया होता, हटा दिया होता, I don't want this, I'm not going to think about this.
Yeah.
तो दूसरी गांठें पड़ती नहीं.
Right.
And things would have been, and you have to practice all these things. Because one negative thought will give rise to millions and millions of negative thoughts. So if you cut down on the first thought itself, if you have the habit, if you have learned, there are so many gurus available online, on YouTube. If you are interested, you will, I'm sure you will come across someone or the other and learn from there. Rather than अपनी ही theory चलाए जा रहे हैं जो काम नहीं कर रही.
Okay, so people have questions, Jyoti ji. Someone wants to know about, what leads to extramarital affairs. Can you?
What leads to extramarital affairs?
Yeah, so many, extramarital affairs have become so common these days, so common. And
again, yeah. Tell me.
Yeah, and you know, why is it happening and what we can do to prevent it in our marriages?
Again, it starts from expectations. Root cause is expectations. You start expecting. Before giving, you start expecting. And you have no clarity about marriage, what marriage is. If you go with lot of expectations, you are sure, this is sure that you're going to fail in that marriage. Right? And this is the reason you are expecting so many things, and eventually it falls down. So it is very important to understand this. So how to have a backup, like if certain situation has happened, so what are we supposed to do in that? Like there's again a story of a plumber. Now what happened is, this man is working in a corporate office. मैनेजर का ऑफिस है, और मैनेजर ने उसको अपने वॉशरूम में टैप्स ठीक करने के लिए बुलाया. Now what happens is that he's doing his work very, very meticulously. And this manager is observing him. And he's thinking that, क्या इंसान है ये, इतना टाइम लगा रहा है, इतने अच्छे से कर रहा है. And after he finishes the work, he goes to observe, have a look, and he says, wow, बहुत सुंदर काम किया आप, लेकिन आपने इतना टाइम लगा दिया. That man was so humble, the plumber was so humble, he said, sorry sir, it took some time, क्योंकि मैं इसको बहुत अच्छे से करना चाह रहा. And then he takes the money and takes his leave, and he goes down. By the time it is time for the manager also to leave the office, and he goes down in the parking, and he sees that that man is struggling with his cycle, and he's still there. And he goes and says, अरे तुम अभी तक गए नहीं यहाँ से? He said, हाँ सर, मेरा साइकिल खराब हो गया, तो मैं सोच रहा हूँ कैसे करूँ इसको. He said, okay, तुम ले आओ, साइकिल को छोड़ दो, तुम गाड़ी में आ जाओ, मैं तुम्हें ड्रॉप कर. Said okay. And he takes him to his home. And naturally प्लम्बर बोलता है कि सर आप यहाँ तक आए हैं तो मेरे घर भी चलिए, चाय पी के जाना. उसे अच्छा ठीक है. Now they are standing in front of his main door of the house. प्लम्बर के घर के बाहर खड़े हैं. And suddenly the manager sees, वो एक एक्टिविटी कर रहा है. क्या कर रहा है? बाहर पेड़ है, और पेड़ की हर पत्ती को पकड़ता है और कुछ बोलता है. हर पत्ती को पकड़ता है, फिर कुछ बोलता है. दूसरी पत्ती को पकड़ता है, कुछ बोलता है. दूसरी पत्ती को पकड़ता है, फिर कुछ बोलता है. And then he knocks at the door, and his family, his wife and his daughter, they come running towards him with smiles on their faces. And daughter comes and jumps on his on her father. वो बैठ के चाय पीते हैं, उसके बाद वो निकलने लगते हैं. तो मैनेजर उसको पूछता है कि बहुत अच्छा लगा, तुम्हारी फैमिली कितनी हैप्पी है, बहुत खुश परिवार है तुम्हारा. And while coming out, he sees the plant, and he recollects that he was touching the leaves. He said, ये तुम क्या कर रहे थे? He said, sir, सारा दिन काम करता हूँ, अलग अलग लोग मिलते हैं, अलग अलग प्रॉब्लम्स देते हैं, अलग अलग बातें बोलते हैं मुझे, बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स होती है मेरे साथ. मैं एक एक पत्ती पकड़ के उसको अपनी एक एक प्रॉब्लम बोल देता हूँ कि तुम ये ले लो, तुम मेरी ये प्रॉब्लम ले लो, तुम मेरी ये प्रॉब्लम ले लो, तुम मेरी ये प्रॉब्लम. और उसके बाद मैं अंदर जाता हूँ, क्योंकि मेरा परिवार मेरे लिए बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. मैं उनको अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं देना चाहती. Now, this is a small story. It was viral on WhatsApp sometime back, and people were sharing it left and right. Share तो कर देते हैं सब लोग. But the moral was so nice. Everybody can have their own mechanism of handling their stresses and avoiding such dangerous situations.
Right. It's a beautiful story, as Priyanka mentioned.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jyoti ji.
Yeah.
So, we have some questions in the group. I will just quickly go through it. So, Binu is asking, what can we do for a healthy relationship?
What can we do for a healthy relationship? There are millions and millions of things according to your relationship problems. Everybody will have a different resolution method, right? But the most common ones is आप सुबह उठते हैं, क्या आप सबको हग करते हैं? Do you hug your family? And they say that if you hug your family for 21 seconds, it creates a bond of love between the two people, whether it is your wife, your husband, your children, whoever, right? This is one thing. Another thing is talk to each other. Keep the communication on. And be a good listener. Listen to what they are saying. And don't listen to answer their questions or answer to whatever they are sharing. जब सुनना है तो पूरी तरह से सुनना है. बीच में जवाब देने के लिए नहीं सुनना है, कुछ बोलने के लिए नहीं सुनना है. Whenever somebody comes and talks to you, even to the counselors, what do? We just listen to them. क्योंकि आजकल किसी के पास टाइम नहीं है बैठ के किसी की भी बातों को सुनने का. तो एक गुड लिसनर तो कोई भी बन सकता है. उसके लिए कोई कोर्स नहीं करना पड़ता. खाली अंदर कंपैशन होना चाहिए उसको सुनने के लिए. एंड बी प्रेजेंट ऑल द टाइम. Don't give too many advices. Nobody wants to listen to it. Are you interested when you get to hear so many advices? ऐसा कर लो, वैसा कर लो, ऐसा कर लो. And most important thing is that understand each other's perspective. अपने को जब हम थोपना शुरू करते हैं एक दूसरे के ऊपर तो सारी प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो जाती है.
I totally agree to what you said, and these are very small things that definitely I think everyone can follow. So, Bino is pointing out if someone is forcing his or her thoughts. So, in every relationship, one person is always, the one, like most of the cases, someone is dominating and someone is the one who is submissive. But, the person who's submissive, there comes a point where, it's like the threshold, the person reaches his or her threshold, and then, things go haywire. So, how do you ensure that you can, put your point of view without having there are many people I know who avoid clashes, who avoid fights because they don't want that kind of atmosphere in the house. But because of that, they have to take in too much. So what do you do when someone is forcing his or her thoughts and is not listening, or forget about agreeing, or forget about trying to understand, not even listening to your point of view? What do you do then?
What happens is our brains are all the time working.
All the time?
All the time working. 24/7, we are thinking about something or the other, which is mostly negative.
Okay.
And we have to come out of this situation. We have to learn to be positive. Now, whenever we are talking to somebody, हम किसी के साथ भी जब हम बात करते हैं, तो हम बहुत सारे रेफरेंसेस रखते हैं अपने माइंड.
So the fight is not happening for the present situation. We take out everything that has happened
Not
in
at
the
all.
past, and then
What has happened in the past? Yes. 90% people, they live in their past. In the beginning, this happened. In the beginning, that happened. In that occasion, that happened. वो सारे ऐसे फ्रेश रहते हैं ना दिमाग के ऊपर कि उसमें अच्छी बातों की कोई गुंजाइश ही नहीं. बहुत सारी अच्छी बातें भी हुई. Now, I would like to explain here about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Everybody knows, I think. Consciously जो भी हम बातें करते हैं वो हमारे सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में जाती है और वहां पे जाके वो मल्टीप्लाई होती है million times. We just have to be aware of this. So what are we putting in our subconscious minds? Only hate. तो अंदर तो hate है और ऊपर से हम बात करते हैं कि everything is fine. Then what happens? Then the denial comes. क्योंकि अंदर जो चल रहा है कंटिन्यूअसली वो कुछ एक्सेप्ट करने को दूसरे से तैयार ही नहीं, क्योंकि हमारी अपनी रील चल रही है अंदर नेगेटिव चीजों शुरू से. इस ईयर में ये हुआ था, उस ईयर में ये हुआ था, और उसके बाद ऐसा हुआ था, और अभी पिछले महीने ऐसा हुआ था. We don't want to erase those memories. मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगता है इंस्टाग्राम पे there are so many people, they put messages like create new memories. Creating new memories. It's very important to create new memories and erase the past ones. So it is always something else which is in your mind. Because of that, you are behaving in a certain manner. You're not listening to a person. You're not agreeing to that person because you are already biased. Completely biased. You have to work on cleaning your biases.
Right. Right. One thing that has helped me, if I have to share, before I ask the other question, that, we have lots of questions today on the group. So one thing that has helped me understanding anyone, not just with my own spouse, but, anyone, is everyone comes from a background. It's not like, कि कोई इंसान ना जानबूझ के कुछ गलतियां करता है. कई बार हमारे रिलेशनशिप्स, हमारे जो पास्ट होती है वो हमें मोल्ड करती है. वी आर नॉट what we are right now. We are made of so many things which has happened in our childhood, in our upbringing. And it takes time for a person to change. I think as partners or as a family, we have to give them that space, that it's okay the way you are. I do understand where you come from, but slowly and gradually. I think everyone has a journey, and it's okay. I mean, I think forgiving people will be a very good idea if you want.
That is
Again,
most
giving,
important. Yes,
yeah,
forgiving people is most important.
yeah, and again, giving people more important than the issues. अभी आपने बीनू पूछा कि how to forget, how to erase. I mean, think of it ना, आपके एक हाथ में आपका रिलेशनशिप है और आपके एक हाथ में आपकी ईगो है, आपका इश्यूज है, आप क्या चीज को ज्यादा वैल्यू करते हो, बहुत मैटर करता है ना.
Yes, ego.
I think I explained it in a very like a very
Yes,
simple way.
beautifully you explained. Ego is a big thing. Everybody says उसकी ego बहुत है, उसकी ego बहुत है. Ego है. My guru says, Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji, that somebody asked him that why do couples fight with each other? Why do they shout at each other? So he said it's very simple. A male is born with a big ego. तो उसकी ईगो को उसको ये मत बता के उसको छोटा करो कि तुम्हारी ईगो बहुत है. He said उसको और हवा दो ईगो को. He'll be happy in that zone. And he said for women, he said a man should always respect her choices. If a lady comes to her husband and says that मुझे शॉपिंग जाना है, तो उनको अपना क्रेडिट कार्ड दे देना चाहिए. तो कभी भी क्लैशेस नहीं होंगे.
नहीं
So
पता
the
है.
wife says कि आप महान हो and आप बहुत अच्छे हो.
I don't know
I'm very
shopping.
happy to be with you. तो हर आदमी को अच्छा लगेगा ना. Every male will feel, every husband will feel nice about it, right? And any woman, if husband says no for anything, they cannot take it easy.
I don't know.
Especially this aspect.
I don't know. I think I'm different. A card can never make me happy. So, anyways, okay. So there is a question. Boundaries and space is also important. So how to maintain and establish boundaries with not only the partner but also the other members of the family. Yeah, I
Please
think
communicate. Please communicate. You have to communicate. Nobody can dream about that. किसी को भी सपना नहीं आएगा कि आपको ये अच्छा लगता है और आपको वो अच्छा लगता है. क्या अच्छा नहीं लगता है. You have to communicate. It's very important. And again, I'll say, before communicating, you have to have respect for them. And when you respect someone, love comes automatically. And then it's a science now that your vibration carries everything around. I mean, if you are sitting with any person, his or her vibrations will always tell you whether you should sit there, talk with that person, or you should leave from there. It creates an energy field. Whatever your thoughts you are carrying, it creates energy field around you. And this is how people start coming to you and they sit with you for longer time. They may think कि मैं आधा घंटा बैठ के आ जाऊंगी वहां से या आ जाऊंगा वहां पे. And say अरे मैं वहां गया तो मुझे पता ही नहीं चला मेरे 5 घंटे कहाँ चले गए. This is what
right,
is required, and it only comes with your thought process in place.
right. I think
What kind
something
of thought process you are carrying.
right,
You know?
right. And even children feel that. Even children, some people uh, uh, like they hold children and the child starts crying. Some people they hold the child for
With
the
someone,
first time,
yeah,
and
children are
so
very comfortable with them.
yeah, so
Children are
vibes
very
are very
comfortable.
important. I think Alok has lifted his hand. Okay, so I don't know.
Hi.
Is there a question?
Alok sir.
Yeah, there are, I mean, First is I want to first of all thanks for such a good session. Second is for the for everybody who's attending this call and who will see this recorded version. I want to share something. I mean, so as per the NCRB data, 33.2% suicides in India are due to relationship related issues.
Yes.
So first takeaway for everybody is that it is a very serious issue.
Yes.
The other thing that comes as a breakup is, which is very interesting to see, is between the age of or up to the age of say 19-20, the ratio between
आपकी हेल्प चाहिए थी
hello
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
So up to the age of 19-20, the ratio of suicide between women and men is 1:1. And as we move ahead, up to 24, it goes 2:1 between men and women. As we move ahead to the age group of 35, it goes to 3:1 against men and women. And between the age group of 45 to 60, it goes to 5:1 between men and women. Right. So this data actually shows that the men around us are more susceptible, especially after the age of 35, and they are going through a lot when it comes to the mental health. And since the data also suggests around 33% of it is out of the emotional and relationship related issues, I think somewhere open discussion or acknowledgement, and then working and understanding of how the environment is moving in the home plays important role. So I would request Dr. Saab to put some more emphasis on it, and how women can read those signs easily, or for the male counterparts in the family, may it be brother, father, or their spouse, and how to see and show empathy and help them out.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Very nice question. Thanks for asking this question. All the stress is responsible for the suicides, which is increasing in number. And stress, you cannot say that it starts from office and then the home also adds up to it. It can be either ways. घर से भी शुरू हो सकता है और ऑफिस से भी हो सकता है. The most important thing in this, again, I would say that I'll suggest communicate with each other. Family should keep on communicating with all the members in the house, especially the person who is going through it. How do you come to know, first of all, that this person is going through some kind of stress? They don't like to sit with each other. वो कभी भी सबके साथ बैठेंगे नहीं. They'll go in a room and would like to sit alone. They will not eat properly. They will not take interest in eating. Or sometimes they will eat a lot. इतना ज्यादा खाएंगे कि पता ही नहीं चलेगा. And depression is something which is visible from a person's body language. They are very lethargic. They become disinterested in everything. They get short-tempered. They don't get proper sleep, etc., etc. So sleep also plays a big role in creating the stress. The hormones take their own thing, they get up and down, they get disturbed. And with that, the whole body starts behaving in a very, very abnormal way. And this is the reason, this is how you can make out from that person. Even if when you are communicating with these people, they will not be very happy to talk about anything. They just become listless. They lose the charm from their personality. So this is the way to recognize if the person is going through suicidal thoughts also. And they will always talk about like कि अभी ये सब करने का कुछ फायदा नहीं है, ये करने का फायदा नहीं है, वो करने का फायदा नहीं है, ऑफिस भी जाने का फायदा नहीं है. And then you can take them to a professional practitioner. Now, it becomes very difficult nowadays. What I'm observing that many people are avoiding going to a practitioner and talking about their things. So this has to be increased more and more. अगर आप किसी को भी बोलते हो कि प्रोफेशनल हेल्प ले लो, तो वो कहते हैं कि मैं पागल नहीं हूँ, मुझे काउंसलर के पास जाने की जरूरत नहीं. काउंसलर के पास पागल लोग जाते हैं. So lot of information lack is also there for people to understand. लोगों को पता ही नहीं है कि जैसे वो उठ के किसी भी डॉक्टर के पास चले जाते हैं मेडिसिन के लिए when they are sick, they don't just get up and go to a mental health practitioner. There's a lot of stubbornness for that. So that has to be increased. The awareness has to be increased.
Yes, Madhavi, you have a question. We'll take the last question of the day.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good. How are you?
I am also very good. I just wanted a little advice.
Yeah.
Having a lot of multiple, I would say, breakups and multiple heartbreaks, I would rather say it like that. Because what happens is, being a female, you are giving in your 100 need 200%. And it is like, what you are getting is not even zero, minus zero, I would say. So then how do you even expect कि वापस से कोई relationship सामने से आता है, तो how would you go for it? Because mentally you are so drained out. So how do you cope up with this sort of situation?
Go to a mental health practitioner.
Okay.
They will guide you how to go about it. Because
Okay.
until and unless I listen to the whole story of yours, I won't be able to answer that. And it is not same for everyone. It is not paracetamol for everyone. You know?
Yeah. Yeah,
Paracetamol ले
absolutely.
लिया तो किसी का भी बुखार चला जाएगा. Right?
Absolutely,
I think I've
absolutely.
answered your question.
Yeah, I'm coming to you.
Okay. Okay. Welcome.
Done, thanks. And please keep doing this very often.
Okay. Thank you, Madhu.
Thanks.
Okay, someone called Redmi Note has a question. Please unmute and ask. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Auntie. मैं नेहा.
Neha. Yeah, Neha.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine, Auntie.
Okay, good. Tell me.
I'm sorry that I couldn't attend on time
It's okay, it's okay.
because I'm having two kids and they are literally getting horrible.
Mhm.
Because of that, I didn't join. I joined just now only. I
Neha, you
listened
have
to
a
someone.
question?
No problem. Do you have a
Yeah, I'm having a question.
Please go ahead.
From last 6 to 7 months.
Ah,
Um, means my mother-in-law had expired, and after that, my husband uh, didn't he is having a tension, but because of that, our relationship is not going properly.
mhm,
We are not communicating with each other. We are not attracted to each other. I
mhm,
don't know what happened to him.
mhm.
I'm trying to do this, but he is not giving a response.
Okay. When did she pass away?
On July.
In July. Okay.
And my sister-in-law all blame us that we didn't take care of her. Because of that, she passed away and all.
Mhm,
But more fighting मतलब मेरी ननद लोग ने बहुत उल्टा सीधा बोला हम लोग को. उसके वजह से भी थोड़े मेरे हस्बैंड को टेंशन था.
mhm,
तो इसके वजह से हम लोग दोनों के रिलेशन में थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम्स हो रहे हैं. हम लोग दोनों एक दूसरे से बात नहीं कर पा रहे प्रॉपरली.
mhm,
मीन्स 3 साल के शादी में ही ऐसा लग रहा है कुछ है नहीं.
mhm.
हम लोग सिर्फ मम्मी पापा बन के रह गए हैं, सिर्फ दो बच्चों के बस. नथिंग एल्स.
और
एंड ड्यू टू
पेशेंस
दैट
पेशेंस रखने की बात है.
मीन्स में आप जो बोली ना आंटी की कम्युनिकेट, हम लोग में वही चीज नहीं है. और मैं ट्राई भी करती हूँ तो ही डिडंट रिस्पॉन्स.
Don't give up. It's a big loss for your husband, right?
या
किसी को passed away. और ऐसे लॉसेस में बहुत टाइम
आंटी मैंने तो मम्मी पापा दोनों लॉस कर चुकी, बट मुझे संभालने वाला कोई नहीं था. मैंने खुद से संभाली अपने आप को. जब मेरे
अरे
पापा लॉस हुए तब मैं 8 मंथ प्रेग्नेंट थी, बट फिर भी मैंने अपने आप को संभाला.
that's really great about you.
मेरी मम्मी के टाइम पे भी मम्मी डेथ हुई तो पापा का डायबिटीज 400 500 था. मेरे को पापा को देखना था, इसके लिए मैंने अपने आप को संभाला. तो उतना स्ट्रांग बनना पड़ता है आंटी. जब आपके सामने आपके
Exactly.
फैमिली है तो उनके लिए स्ट्रांग बनना पड़ता है. आप लेके
करना
बैठ नहीं
पड़ता है,
सकते.
लेकिन आप स्ट्रांग बनना किसी को फोर्स नहीं कर सकते ना. हर एक का
आई नो.
इन चीजों को चीजों में से निकलने का एक अलग अलग टाइम हो. आप बहुत जल्दी निकल आए, वो थोड़ा टाइम नहीं.
निकलना पड़ा आंटी.
यही
क्या
तो
करें.
डिफरेंसेस है ना. यही तो डिफरेंसेस है ना बेटा, जिसको अंडरस्टैंड करके चल रहा है. सारा
क्योंकि
तो
लाइफ में
कोई
प्योरिटी
अंडरस्टैंडिंग
जो
का है.
सामने होता है. या
सारा सारा सारी बात तो अंडरस्टैंडिंग की है. अगेन ये चीजें कब एक्सपेक्टेशन में बदल जाती हैं तो फिर ज्यादा गड़बड़ हो जाती है. तो क्योंकि आप ज्यादा पावरफुल हैं तो आपको थोड़ी ज्यादा पेशेंस रखनी पड़ेगी.
आंटी
और
ऐसे ही
मान
चलता
के
रहा
चलना
तो. हाँ.
पड़ेगा. ये मान के चलना पड़ेगा कि बच्चे हैं आपके साथ में, तो यू कैन नॉट अफोर्ड टू थिंक इन द रॉन्ग डायरेक्शन.
आंटी मैं रॉन्ग डायरेक्शन में कर भी नहीं रही हूँ, क्योंकि आई डोंट वांट टू लूज हिम. बिकॉज जो मैंने सफर की हूँ, मेरी मम्मी पापा है नहीं तो मेरा मेरा बैकबोन कोई है नहीं. तो मुझे इनको अकेला नहीं छोड़ना, क्योंकि इनका भी बैकबोन कोई है नहीं. जो है हम दोनों ही है. मैं उनको ये भी समझाने की कोशिश करती हूँ, मैं हूं ना. सब भूल जाओ, आगे बढ़ो.
बस
बट
इसी को
पता
कंटिन्यू
है क्यों
रखना है. नहीं,
हमारे रिलेशन में कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा कंटिन्यू आगे कुछ.
यू हैव टू गिव
अट्रैक्शन ऐसा
टाइम.
लगता है कि सब खत्म हो चुका है.
यू हैव टू गिव टाइम. आपको और समय देना पड़ेगा, बहुत सारा समय देना पड़ेगा इसके लिए, बट थिंग्स विल कम बैक।
समथिंग टिप्स कुछ दे सकते हैं आंटी कि मैं कुछ मतलब मैं भी इम्पैशंट हो जाती हूँ कभी कभी, क्योंकि दो बच्चे हैं, दोनों छोटे हैं, एक साल का है, एक 2.5 साल का है। तो मैं भी उनको संभालते हुए पूरा घर का काम करते हुए थोड़ी इम्पेशेंट हो जाती हूँ, तो जो गुस्सा है मेरे हस्बैंड पे निकलता है। तो आप कुछ टिप्स दीजिए ना कि एटलीस्ट मैं उनके पास मतलब जो अट्रैक्शन है एज एन हस्बैंड वाइफ, केयरिंग है हस्बैंड, वो मैं अपने हस्बैंड में से वापस लेके आ सकूं, क्योंकि आई एम नॉट हैविंग मॉम, मेरी मम्मी नहीं है कि मुझे कोई गाइड करे। तो इसके लिए जो भी है आप ही हो, आपको तो पता ही है। इसके लिए प्लीज आंटी कुछ ऐसे टिप्स दीजिए कि एटलीस्ट एक दो ही, कि जो मैं अपने ऊपर वर्क कर सकूं और वो अपने हस्बैंड को ये बता सकूं कि हाँ बाबा आपकी बीवी भी इस घर में रहती है।
बिल्कुल, आप जो भी काम करते हो, जिस काम में आप उनका भी साथ ले सकते हो, आप उनको इन्वॉल्व कर सकती हो, अगर आप वो करोगे तो बहुत अच्छा।
ओके,
यस,
वो तो करती हूँ आंटी मैं।
करते
यहाँ तक कि
रहिए।
उनके बाजू में बैठ के, वो बात नहीं करते बट उनके बाजू में बैठ के मैं उनको बात करती रहती हूँ, उनके साथ हंसी मजाक करती हूँ, बच्चों को जानबूझ के उनके गोद में रहती हूँ कि उनकी वजह से एटलीस्ट हम दोनों में कम्युनिकेशन हो। मैं वो सब ट्राई कर रही हूँ आंटी, बट
बहुत अच्छी बात है, यू आर ऑन द राइट ट्रैक। कुछ भी करो, गाना गाने लग जाओ, कभी उनके पसंद का गाना गाने लग जाओ। यस, इसमें कोई हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल्स नहीं है किसी ने लिखे हुए कि भाई ये करो, जो समझ में आ जाए वो करो,
ओके,
और रिजल्ट्स आएंगे।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू। आएंगे तो मैं इन्फॉर्म करूंगी आपको।
वेलकम।
थैंक यू आंटी, थैंक यू सो मच।
वेलकम।
ओके सो दैट वाज वेरी हैवी। नेहा बस नेहा बस एक बात बोलूंगी कि कोई भी रिलेशनशिप के को ना टाइम बहुत देना होता है, एक इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है टाइम। और हर किसी का जैसे ज्योति मैम ने मेंशन किया कि हर किसी का कोई भी क्राइसिस हैंडल करने का तरीका बहुत डिफरेंट होता है। मेरे लिए मैं एक दिन तक बहुत यानी फील करती हूँ, दूसरे दिन से बाउंस बैक करती हूँ। तुम्हारे लिए कुछ और होगा और तुम्हारे हस्बैंड के लिए अफकोर्स कुछ और है। बट वन थिंग आई विल से कि इफ यू आर हैप्पी विथ योर सेल्फ एंड आप अपने बच्चों के साथ और अपने साथ खुशियां अगर ढूंढ लोगे तो फिर धीरे धीरे ही विल ऑल्सो ज्वाइन द क्लब। अगर उन पे अभी अभी थोड़ा उन पे प्रेशर कम, एज अभी आलोक सर ने मेंशन किया कि मेन ऑफ बिटवीन 35 टू 45 बिकम वेरी वल्नरेबल। उनके पेरेंट्स उस समय एज हो रहे होते हैं, उनका करियर उस समय बहुत प्रेशर वाला होता है, मिड लेवल करियर होता है, और मैनेजर उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज बहुत बढ़ जाती हैं। उनके बच्चों का भी स्कूल अगर देखा जाए तो उस समय वो एज ऐसा रहता है कि बच्चे भी स्कूल कॉलेजेस में जा रहे होते हैं, और उनको पता है कि बहुत सारे फाइनेंशियल प्रेशर। So keeping all these things in mind for a man, it is too difficult a situation to handle. So हम और उनके यानी इश्यूज नहीं बढ़ाएं तो हमारे लिए यानी एज अ होल फैमिली के लिए बहुत अच्छा होगा। एक चीज मैंने समझा है कि घर के माहौल को जितना हो सके खुशनुमा बना के रखना। आप जो कर सकते हो वो आप करो, जो नहीं हो पा रहा है या जो नहीं आपके बस में है उसके बारे में टेंशन लेके तो ऐसे भी हम कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे, है ना। सो
दैट्स ट्रू।
एनीवेज आई थिंक सॉरी ज्योति मैम ने अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन कर दिया था, पर मुझे लगा कि मैं कुछ शेयर करूं तो मैंने किया।
बहुत अच्छा शेयर किया दिव्या।
Thank you so much, Jyoti ma'am. I thank you so much for, I'm really glad, Jyoti ma'am, because of you, everyone opened up and everyone shared their issues.